Yeah, good again. I would like to make this very quick. I don't spend much time because the more time I spend will increase the file size. So it's all about post production. It's a means of enhancing your render to make it look more interesting to the viewer. So now, like you all know, most of us take selfies, take pictures outside. So what you actually do to adjust the picture and make it look nice is called post production. Now we'll be doing that on the renders. It happens like a picture. Most of the renders we do is most times, at all times, safe. I have to be honest, we have to increase the quality of the image because the render at times will not give you perfectly what you want. So to do this, what to start with, what I will do is I will first take us through some maps in rendering. So sorry, please. So there are several maps in rendering. There's a lot of maps in rendering. This is actual image of what I rendered. This is what came out from the machine. This was what came out from the machine. So now, while I was rendering this, I had to include the options of producing more maps to enhance my post production. So we have several types of maps: depth map, lightning, material ID, normal map, sky alpha, specular map. I'll tell you more about these maps on WhatsApp in written form. So now let's go back to the main picture I'll be editing. I'll actually be using just depth map alone, which is this. I'm back to this. So this is what I'll be improving. At the end of this video, we'll see the before and after of this image. So to start with, I'll convert this raw image to a smart object. The reason why I'm doing this is so that I can revert back to the actual state before the post production, before any setting or any adjustments without issue. So you have to convert it to a smart object so that you can go back several control Z and all the rest. So now I've converted it smart object. The next thing is just to go to camera raw filter. Camera raw filter. There are a lot of things to do on this particular setting on camera raw filter. There are a lot of things to do. You can see several options to play with here. But I'll just be touching some few things to just enhance this particular picture. Not too much stress, just to make your work very fast and easy. So these are what has been helping me so far. So now to start with, I will not touch the exposure. Why? Because the exposure of this particular image, it's okay for me. Now then I'll just go to contrast, improve the contrast of the picture. Okay. Then I'll go to highlight, I'll increase the highlight a bit. Shadows, and I'll increase the shadows so just to bring out the greeneries of the environment. Then there's no white area in an environment. There's no, I'll take it off finally. Then the blacks, I'll increase the blacks just to bring out. Can you see that the greeneries are actually coming out? So then I'll go to the texture. Texture. What else texture does is help you to improve the material realism, the bumpiness and the roughness of the surface of the material. By increasing them, it will adjust and bring it out very well. So with that, I'll increase the texture to some extent and clarity to some extent too. Definitely the walls have bumpiness and roughness, so it should have, if you added it to the materials while you work, it should also affect it. So vibrance, I increase the fire. I don't add too much vibrance or too much saturation because the render will be looking too yellow or too hot. So it's best to keep it cool so that it will not be burning the eyes of your viewers. So to give a bit, then saturation a bit. It's becoming too hot, so I'll drop it down. I'll drop it down. I'll drop it down. Let me give it 7. So there are still more settings to play with that will help you a lot here. But I will just deal with the basics now so that it can make our work very fast. There's still more settings. I don't like the sky, it's too bluish, so I can just increase the temperature a bit. So then with that, see the before of this and see the after. The very huge difference, definitely. Then okay. So after this, the next thing is to deal with those maps I actually talked about. So I'll apply the map on the raw image cell, which is this. Applying the depth map on the raw image because I said I'll be using just the depth map. alone. It's not necessary to use all the maps. The essence of one of the maps, the material ID, the essence of it is just for you to be able to pick each material on its own to use to adjust its setting. So now with this, I can now add effects to the depth map so as to blend with the um, actual image. So there are several effects to have here, but I'll be making use of this color dodge. You can go, they might check more of this effect so that you can see the one that best suits your design perfectly. So now with this, I still need to adjust. As you can see, the depth effect is too much, so I need to bring it and reduce it a little bit. How do I do that? I apply levels on it. So I just apply the level on it. Now the level will definitely affect all the picture underneath it, and I just want it to affect the depth map alone. What I will do is I don't need it to affect the picture, that means the raw image, because I've already adjusted that on camera filter. I just need to affect the depth alone. So what will I do is just to clip it on the depth, hold on your alt key, then move your mouse to the middle of the depth and the level, then click. Then after that, any adjustments you make will only affect the depth map alone. So can reduce it. Can you see that? Bringing it down a bit. So the shadow around the wall side, yeah, and the whiteness going out of it. So this is what I have, and I feel I still need to adjust some little thing. Too much clarity on the texture. Then I can easily go back by double tapping on the camera raw filter, and it's a pop out. Then I can make some few adjustments of what I want on the particular image. You know, say 38 clarity or texture is too much. I can bring it down a bit and this texture. Okay, let me just give it 7. Then okay, then this is what I have. If you still want to adjust the sky, it's easy. You can easily pick and adjust the sky by using several maps like alpha map and others. Now there's a white leaf coming out from here, so I can just try to brush it off away. It's caused by the depth map. I turn off the depth map now. I can see that the leaf is coming out. This is what we have before. And let me just adjust it by having a mask on it. Then I'll brush away the mask brush. Then I can brush away this. So my leaf is still there and every other thing. The leaf is not coming out well because the opacity of this brush is not. Then this is what I have. Then I can. So let's now compare before and after of this particular image. Okay. I'll send that on the WhatsApp page so that we can see it. So let me stop this video here and we'll continue the rest of the discussion on the WhatsApp page. Thank you.